3 Buddhist stories to help you realize the truth of life. Ancient wisdom for a wise life is a long journey where people constantly seek happiness and peace, yet they are often caught in worries and suffering. The Buddha taught that suffering does not arise because life is unfair, but because we do not truly understand the nature of existence. Buddhist stories contain profound wisdom that helps us awaken to the truth, let go of worries, and live a more meaningful life. Here are 3 Buddhist stories that can help you gain deeper insights into life and find inner peace. The story of the broken glass. Learning to let go, a famous Zen master lived in a monastery on a mountain. One day he held up a beautiful glass and showed it to his disciples. He then said, "Do you see this glass? It is beautiful, it holds water, and it reflects the light beautifully. But to me, this glass is already broken." His disciples were astonished because the glass was still intact. One of them asked, "Master, this glass is still in perfect condition. Why do you say it is already broken?" The Zen master smiled and gently replied, "One day this glass will fall and shatter. If I cling to it, I will suffer when it breaks. But if I accept its impermanence now, I will not feel sorrow when it is gone." The profound lesson: the glass symbolizes everything in life: money, fame, status, and even our loved ones. Nothing is permanent. When we accept that everything is temporary, we free ourselves from suffering when things change or disappear. When you realize that happiness does not come from external things, you will live more peacefully. When you accept that everything has a beginning and an end, you will not be devastated by loss. When you learn to let go, your heart will be lighter and your mind will be at ease. The story of the father and his daughter, the power of compassion. A wealthy man deeply loved his daughter. One day he crafted a beautiful jade bracelet and gifted it to her. She was overjoyed and treasured it dearly, never taking it off. One day, while playing by the river, she accidentally dropped the bracelet into the water. She was heartbroken and cried for days. Seeing his daughter in sorrow, the father did not console her immediately. Instead, he smiled and said, "My dear, I gave you the bracelet not to make you suffer if you lost it. I gave it to you because I love you and want you to be happy. If you understand that love is not in material things but in the heart, you will no longer grieve." At first, the daughter did not understand, but over time she realized the value of a gift is not in the object itself, but in the love behind it. Physical possessions may be lost, but true love is eternal. From then on, she no longer attached herself to material things, but learned to cherish moments with her loved ones. The profound lesson. Many people mistakenly believe that happiness comes from external possessions, money, status, gifts. But in reality, true happiness comes from within, from understanding, from love, and from gratitude. The story of the finger. Pointing to the moon. Do not be misled by words. One night, under the full moon, the Buddha raised his hand and pointed toward the sky. He then spoke to his disciples, "My finger is pointing at the moon, but do not look at my finger, look at the moon." His disciples were puzzled, not understanding his words. The Buddha patiently explained, "My words and teachings are like this finger. They serve only to point the way. But if you focus only on the words and do not practice, you will never see the light of truth." At that moment, his disciples realized, learning the Dharma is not just about listening to teachings or reading scriptures. The most important thing is to practice, reflect, and experience it yourself. The truth is not found in words, but in deep understanding and realization. The profound lesson. Many people stop at reading books and listening to lectures, but do not apply them in real life. True wisdom does not come from theories. It comes from practice and experience. Conclusion: the truth of life in Buddhist teachings. The 3 stories above contain invaluable lessons that help us perceive life differently and live more wisely. Everything in life is impermanent. If you learn to let go, you will not suffer. Love is not found in material things, but in the heart. When you realize this, you will not be attached to possessions. Words are just a guide. True wisdom comes from practice and experience. If you understand and apply these lessons, your life will be lighter, your mind clearer, and you will find true inner peace. Live mindfully, practice the Buddha's teachings, and discover true happiness.